right, the Celtics. I mean, the Knicks are doing it to the Celtics too. I sat back and watched a good portion of that game yesterday, the second half, and you know the Knicks may be a team of destiny. You know, they ain't won it since Phil Jackson was hooping there. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it, y'all. Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Yesterday, I just was like, I don't know, man. The weather change kind of made me sluggish. So, what I will get to, hopefully, by this weekend, I promise, I will get to the Pistons season wrap up. But first, hopefully tonight I can get to the desk and upload it on Friday to Rajan Langdon's final press conference. We'll break that down. I'll watch it live as I commentate, so it'll be an actual blind reaction. You know, a lot of people get it confused when people say I'm reacting. It don't mean it's a blind reaction. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you watch a couple seconds or something, it's still a blind reaction. So, I mean, as a creator, it's probably best, especially if you go live. It's probably best if you watch it because you know how YouTube is. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, they doing it to them, man. I mean, you know, we thought it was a Piston thing, and you know, they defense, you know, Thibodeau's defense is shining bright. You know, they defense is what's being consistent. I feel like when Cat dominate the paint, they're a different basketball team. You know, and when you live by the three, you die by the three. And that's the problem I got with modern basketball. That's what I kind of like about JB Bickerstaff. They don't per se live or die by the three. Even though they got the personnel to shoot threes now, they'll slash it. He'll call plays, getting them going to the bucket and stuff. So that's what I really like about him. But yeah, man, when he dominate the paint and don't sit out at three, they're a different ball club. They are a different ball club, you know, and that's a fact. And people forget how good of a defender he is. That's why I didn't really understand why Minnesota went out and got Rudy Gobert. And I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna just talk about the intricacies of basketball a little bit. All right, you got a big fella that defend the paint well. You know, defend the perimeter for a size well, right? Why would you go get Rudy Gobert? But you know why they got Rudy Gobert? Because they want to feed into these dreams, these centers' dreams that they can be guards too, they can be wings too. You can't. No matter how many threes you shoot as a center, you want to call yourself a power forward, you'll never be Michael. You'll never be Michael. You'll never be LeBron. You'll never be KD. You will never have that superstardom being the center. Don't care who you is. Shaq is the closest one, and it failed in comparison to his teammates Penny Hardaway and Kobe. That's why he found his way outside of Orlando. Real talk. He was jealous of Penny. I don't remember. Well, you gotta be old. Remember he slapped little Penny off the couch? Nigga was jealous. Don't judge me for my coffee selection. They gave it to me for free. It's fucking good, bro. Starbucks, I have an addiction. Customer service is good, but I'll tell you who got some badass waitresses. Every time I go in there, some badass workers. Whoever hired the women at Brewcrest, I ain't never walked to a Brewcrest, and at least 90% of them don't look good. Oh man, Brewcrest, shout out to all the women that work at Brewcrest. Y'all be looking good. I'll give y'all that. Whoever hired the women at Brewcrest, boy, they got lovely fucking selection. It's like the Hooters of Mediterranean food. I'm joking. Take that back. It is not real Mediterranean food. But that shit was funny in my opinion. But yeah, you know, they want to get the glory that the guards. You ain't gonna get that glory as a center. But they wanted to, you know, make him a wing. You know, Towns want to drive. He's too big to be doing all that on a consistent basis. Post up, dominate the paint. The Knicks gonna at least make it to the championship. But you know, seeing a veteran team like Boston struggle with them kind of show you how close the Pistons are. And the only reason the Pistons is gonna get further and further away is if they start to smell themselves. Remember your grandmother, you started to smell yourself. They started to, you know, get cocky. But if they keep that mentality of hunger we was a doorstep of the league. People laughed at us. And they keep working and they fiend for more, they gonna be all right. Or unless they mess up the chemistry. And check it out. You can literally mess up the chemistry and take 5 steps backwards, but you're gonna take 10 or 20 steps ahead. It takes time. So that's my thing about it. You know, you really can just bank, and this is what Jalen Rose is saying. You really can just bank on development and hope these guys shoot the. Really, you banking on Ron and fucking Asar and Ivy. If Ivy can control his speed and him and K can continue to improve their ball handling, he can control his speed, and bare minimum, learn to finish at the rim. Stop finishing with the ball here, finish here. They always tell, like they don't teach fundamentals no more. You never finish that layup like this because if you get fouled, you can't finish. If you finish the layup coming up here, you foul, you have an opportunity to finish at the rack. That's it for him. You learn to harness his speed and dribble in and get a 10 to 15 foot consistent jumper. I would like to see him train with Tony Parker. You know, you're gonna fuck some hoes with Tony Parker though. That's just what it is. Tony Parker the player. He missed to steal your bitch. That's a fact. You know. But yeah, just let you know the Pistons not far away, and the Knicks mentally tough. So, you know, for us to really test their resolve like that, that shows how mentally tough we are. And we don't have the firepower they had. We wasn't even full strength. Stu is I apologize, brother Stu, man. You a hell of fire player. I mean, you still want to fire him, we still can squabble. Promise I won't sue you. You know, but I don't know, man. If you fuck me up, I'm gonna need my medical coverage. But no, I'll sue your ass. I find out everybody else getting paid. I'll sue your big Jamaican ass. Hell yeah, Stuart. Yeah, fuck that. I'll sue the shit out your ass. Matter of fact, we can meet downtown. What up? Hell yeah, we can sell out of court. Just give me some Pistons season tickets and then give me a signed Beef Stew jersey, and then give me a picture. Give me a picture of you chasing LeBron and sign it. That's what I want. Give me a jersey, whoop my ass. Give me the season tickets, right? I probably gonna need playoff tickets too, my nigga, and I need a few road tickets. You know what I'm saying? But I want a picture from Beef Stew of you chasing LeBron. I want one big ass. That little plaque shit y'all be having. Give me one big plaque with your jersey on one side, sign. And you chasing LeBron James on the other side. Sign both sides. Sign the jersey, sign the picture. Dog, we will be. I appreciate it, bro. I got love for Beef Stew, though, bro. I was a little hard on him, but it was from a good place. Hella fire player, bro. Shout out to my Jamaican player. Y'all bitches ain't shit, but y'all Jamaican niggas is solid. Y'all women ain't shit, but shout out to y'all. You know, they said like, what is it, like 50 or 60% of fraternity tests in Jamaica? It might be higher than that. You know, the father's not the child. For the streets. For the streets. When Jamaican niggas will clap your girl's cheeks. That's for sure. Roaster blog. Your girlfriend came on to me. I gave her oxtail and D. But yeah, man, shout out to the Knicks, man. I ain't no hater. I'm a congratulator, man. So, you know, I mean, honestly, I don't mind. I'm not anti-Knick. Anytime I see teams that go a long time without winning a championship outside of the powers that be in the NBA, they want to see do well. I want to see Cleveland. I want to see, you know, Buffalo win championships because it reminds me of Detroit. I want to see. I used to love watching the Knicks games when they played Miami. You know, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson. Shout out to Grandmama. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put a dress on my nigga, but shout out to you. I used to love watching those Knicks teams in the 90s, man. Anthony Mason, you know, unfortunately, Biggie, Notorious B.I.G. was, you know, giving this girl the 2-pump special. He thought he was getting robbed, but go look up that story. All them dudes, man. I used to love Patrick Ewing, you know, John Stark. I grew up watching them. I grew up watching those series with Michael Jordan, and, you know, but unfortunately, my fandom will lie with Indiana. I'm going to tell you why. So this might not be something you ninjas know. If you follow my other channel, you might know this. My top 5 favorite players of all time. Some may shock you, some may not. My number 1 favorite player, and it never changed, my GOAT, my man, I love this guy to death. Allen Iverson is my favorite player of all time. Followed by Kevin Garnett. Followed by Kobe Bryant. And I would say it depends how I'm feeling. Reggie Miller, number 4, number 5, and Tim Duncan, number 4, number 5. It depends on how I'm feeling. But Reggie Miller is my favorite players of all time. I love Reggie. I wear the number like Reggie. I try to shoot like Reggie. I love Reggie Miller as a player. They're my top 5 favorite players of all time. So I root for Indiana. I grew up rooting for them versus Michael Jordan. Obviously not versus the Pistons, the Davis Bros. Then you have my Detroit player, Jalen Rose over there. Mark Jackson, I loved him. Rick Smith was solid. I mean, I used to love when they drafted Jonathan Bender coming out of high school. Al Harrington. I love the Pacers, man. Like even when we was battling them, I love Jermaine O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? Steven Jackson I always liked him. Solid guy on the court. So remember they had my boy that got beat up in the stands by Ben Wallace's brother, Fred. What was his name? Fred something. Man, Ben Wallace's brother gave Fred that work. Was it Fred Jones who was in the dunk contest? But yeah, I like it's certain teams like y'all be surprised. Y'all be like, damn, you really like the Minnesota Vikings, back in the day? Yes. When they wasn't playing us. Chris Carter was one of my favorite receivers of all time, man. So I mean, the teams that I actually hate as far as basketball and football, and I say baseball. I tell you baseball, I actually liked the Yankees growing up. They was all that was on TV. Every fucking year in the 90s, they was in the World Series. So I actually grew up like Tigers and Yankees. But obviously my fan with the Tigers. But only teams I really hate, White Sox, Cleveland Guardians, it was Indians, the Dallas Cowboys, the Chicago Bears, and the NBA. I hate Boston, but I like the players on their team these couple years. And that's about it. Boston. I'm gonna say Boston, that's about it. I don't really hate nobody else. Boston, that's it. I hate Boston. But yeah, man, like, yeah, shout out to New York, man. I ain't no hater, man. Like, that just let us know we ain't that far off. So, really some development. You gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta learn. But shout out to them, man. They tough. They did it to us, and they doing it to the defending champs. Now, would I write Boston off? No. If I had some bread, I'm probably gonna bet tonight. I'm gonna bet Boston to come back win this. I'm gonna bet Boston to come back to win. They too battle tested in my opinion to write off, but we'll see. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Everywhere inside the link tree. Peace.